Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are well. Now I am Harish Verma, your science teacher. As all of you have promoted from 8th to ninth class, in ninth class many new things are there in science. But don't worry about it. I will tell you everything in a very simple way. First of all, I am going to start in the physics portion chapter number 8, motion. But before coming on this topic, we have to discuss about few basic concepts of physics. What are these? Listen carefully. In the physics, first of all, we should know about physical quantities. What are physical quantities? Those quantities that can be measured, that can be measured. Those quantities that can be measured are known as the physical quantities. In our daily life, we use many terms of many quantities like time, mass, length, energy, force. These are all physical quantities because we can measure them. First thing. Second thing, how can we express a physical quantity? For expressing a physical quantity, we require two things. First thing is magnitude, and the second is unit. Magnitude means what? Magnitude means numerical value. Numerical value means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. These numerical values are known as the magnitude, and unit in which we measure the quantity. Used to measure the quantity. Many examples are there. Many examples, suppose you went to a shop and you ask, give me 5 kg sugar. 5 kg sugar. So 5 is magnitude and kilogram is the unit. So unit is also used to identify the quantity. If kg is not there, suppose kg is not there, so what is why 5 sugar? It doesn't mean any mean is there. If we know 5 kg, then it is a mass. If it is a 5 meter, it means it is a length. If 5 second, it means it is a time. So with the help of the unit, we can identify a quantity also. So you should know again, I am telling you again, to express a physical quantity we require two things. First is magnitude, that is numerical value, and another is unit in which we measure a physical quantity. Now next thing come here about the unit. Unit is of three types. There are systems of units found. Systems of units. We use three types of system of units. First is MKS system, second is CGS system, and third is FPS system. What are these systems? Listen carefully. There is a sequence there. Actually, before this, I want to tell you about the physical quantities. There are the three root physical quantities, three main physical quantities are there. We say them as length, mass, and time. So, if we talk about the length, mass, time, these three physical quantities are the root physical quantities are there. In the MK, sequence is there. The sequence is for the length, this is for mass, and this is for time. LMT, length, mass, time. This is a sequence. So in the MK system, length is measured in meter. M for meter. Mass, K for kilogram. And S for second. In the CGS, C for centimeter. G gram. And S second. In FPS, F for foot, P pound, and S again second. The time is measured commonly in all the three systems in the second. Again I am telling you, MKS means meter, kilogram, second. CGS centimeter, gram, second. FPS foot, pound, second. So this is the three systems. These are three systems. We have to use only two systems, MKS and CGS. MK system, listen carefully. MK system is used similarly all over the world. That's why this system is known as the International System of the Units, that is SI units. MKS system is also known as the SI units. The units used in MK system known as the SI units. SI means systemic international. Systemic international. Okay. So this and we have to use in all calculations. All the quantities should be measured in only in the SI unit, that is MKS, meter, kilogram, second. Okay, fine. Now we have to discuss about the types of physical quantities. Physical quantities are of two types. Scalar and vector. The two types are there, scalar quantities and vector quantities. What is the meaning of these scalar and vector quantities? Those quantities which have only magnitude and do not have a particular direction. Those physical quantities which have only magnitude and do not have a particular direction are known as scalar quantities. There are many examples like time, distance, speed, mass, many other, volume, density, many other examples are there. This time, distance, speed, mass, they required only magnitude, they does not require any direction. So that's why these are scalar quantities. Vector quantities, those quantities which have both magnitude and direction. Those physical quantities which have both magnitude and direction, then these are called vector quantities. Many examples are there. like displacement. We will discuss about this term further. Velocity, force, and many other examples. I am taking one example like the force. One example, gravitational force. Gravitational force always act towards the earth, means downside, the particular direction, that is vector quantity. Force of push, if we push any object, then it will act in the forward direction. So these are particular direction, that's why vector quantities. Another thing about the scalar vector quantities, if we talk, we will discuss one by one all these quantities, especially distance, displacement, speed, velocity, in this chapter later. Okay. Now another thing is about scalar and vector quantities. Scalar quantities are there. If we talk about their values, then their values may be either positive or 0. Generally they have positive value. But in the case of the vector quantities, for an explanation I am taking only positive here. Okay, you take only positive. Positive means in the increasing order, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. But in the case of the vector quantities, their value may be positive, negative, or 0. I will tell you later in the example also. Positive means in the increasing order, negative means may be decrease, or 0, value of the vector quantity may be 0. Another point is also, how can we express these quantities? Scalar quantities are expressed normally. Suppose if we talk about the distance, so distance symbol is S, only S. But if we talk about the displacement, then we have to use another term, arrow, just above the symbol. Vector quantities are expressed by using a symbol of arrow over the symbol of the physical quantities. Other example like the velocity, V, arrow. But in the case of speed, the same symbol V, but we do not write any other arrow. Okay. Start. After the discussion of the physical quantities, now come to the main point of the chapter, that is motion. What is the meaning of motion? Generally we can say movement. Okay. How can we say the object moves? For example, I am taking one point. Suppose I am standing here near the board. I walk few feet. Is there any movement? Yes. Definitely you say yes, movement is there. But how can you say the movement is there? Why? Because previously I was standing near the board and now I am away from the board. So it means my position has changed. So you observe that motion due to change in the position. So what is the motion? Motion is defined as the change in position. Change in position of an object. This is the first thing in the motion. Change in position of an object. And with respect to what? Here for board. And board was fixed. It is known as a reference point. What is? Reference point with respect to which we observe any change. So change in position of an object with respect to a reference point. and time also passes. So we say with the passage of time. So how can we define the motion completely? Change in the position of an object with respect to a reference point with the passage of time. This is the definition of motion. Now point come here, reference point. I have told you about the reference point already. Reference point is a fixed point. Reference point is a fixed point with respect to which an object changes its position. That called that reference point. Here in the movement of my body, reference point was board. So reference point is a fixed point with respect to which an object changes its position. Now we will discuss about the next term, types of motion. Motion can be categorized in the three parts simply. First is linear motion. Second is circular, or you can say rotational movement. And last one is vibratory, or you can say periodic motion. Linear means in a straight line. Linear motion, the motion in a straight line is known as linear motion. Where any object moves on a straight path in a straight line, then it is known as a linear motion. For example, suppose on a straight road a vehicle is moving like a bicycle or a car, moving on a straight road, that is a linear motion. When you drop any object from a height, then it fall in a straight line, that is known as linear motion. Circular motion or rotational motion. Circular motion, suppose this is an object, it is moving, a object is moving in a circle path. So there is a center point, so it is moving around this center point, and center point should be fixed. Suppose you use one thread and tie one pebble with one end and you are moving, then your finger is a center, that is a fix, and the thread is moving around this fixed point. So such type of movement is known as a circular or rotational movement. I am again telling you, the motion or movement of an object around a fixed point is called rotational or circular motion. Many examples are there. In the merry-go-round, you can find this type of motion. In the wall clock, the hands, in any clock is there, hands, you find hands, the hands move around a circular point, fixed point, that is also circular motion. Now come the point, vibratory or periodic motion. Vibratory or periodic motion. Periodic means after certain interval of time. So vibratory motion, in this motion an object moves to and fro about a mean position. Suppose this is the mean position, like you can see in the wall clock, pendulum is there. So pendulum, suppose this is a pendulum, and it moves to and fro. It moves to and fro. So this such type of movement is known as the vibratory motion or periodic. Periodic why? Because it repeats this motion after certain interval of time. So again I am repeating, the motion or movement of an object in a to and fro way about a mean position, that is vibratory or periodic motion. So example I am giving you already in the wall clock pendulum, in the simple pendulum, okay, in the spring we can see such type of movement. Okay, fine. So students, in the today's class I have told you first of all basic concepts of the physical in the physics about the physical quantities, different types of units, especially we have to use SI unit in the MKS system, meter, kilogram, second. Length is measured in meter, mass measured in kilogram, time measured in second. Then after I have told you about the types of unit, scalar and vector, and then after I have told you about the topic motion, motion definition, reference point, types of motion with example. You have to uh, hear properly the video, try to understand. I will send you PDF file of the notes also. You can read from the notes, read carefully, with patience. If any doubt, any query is there, you can talk to me, you can consult me, you can contact to me taking my number. Okay, okay, fine. Enough for today.